Hi everyone, welcome to Current Affairs Adda. If you want daily current affairs in a simple, fast, and clear way, you are in the right place. I bring you fresh MCQs and important updates every day. Let's get started. So, coming to today's current affairs, we are gonna do MCQs on these topics. The first one is about the Panchayat extension to scheduled areas Mahotsav. And the second one is about Indian Posts and Telecommunications Accounts and Finance Service 51st Foundation celebrations as Sanchar Vitta Lekha Divas and organizes Communication Finance Summit 2025. The third one is about India and New Zealand announce conclusion of landmark free trade agreement negotiations. The fourth one is about the delivery of Anjali, that is third anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft to the Indian Navy. The fifth one is about index for 8 core industries for November 2025. And the last one is about WHO and Ayush Ministry hold key technical meeting in New Delhi to integrate Ayush systems into global health intervention standards. The first MCQ is about the PISA Mahotsav, that is Panchayat's extension to scheduled areas Act, which is enacted on 1996. The first question is PISA Mahotsav is celebrated every year on which dates? Option 3, 23rd to 24th December. The Panchayats Act 1996 extends provisions of which constitutional amendment to scheduled areas? Option B, 73rd Amendment. Which ministry jointly celebrated the PISA Mahotsav along with the Ministry of Panchayati Raj? Option C, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. As per this act, the core institution empowered for self-governance in scheduled areas is Option D, Gram Sabha. This act applies to which type of scheduled areas? It is 5th scheduled areas, option B. Which constitutional article empowers the president to declare scheduled areas? Option B, Article 244. How many states in India currently have 5th scheduled areas? Option C, 10. So these are the PISA Mahotsav states. Actually, there are, as we discussed, there are total 10 states. So these are the list of the 10 states. The first one is Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Rajasthan, and Telangana. The next question is, which portal was launched to enable planning and monitoring in PESA Act Gram Panchayats? Option B. PESA Act primarily aims to Option B, strengthen community-led self-governance. So the next topic is about IP and TAFS, that is Indian Posts and Telecommunications Accounts and Finance Service celebrates 51st foundation year as Sanchar with Lekha Divas and organizes Communication Finance Summit 2025. The question is, IP and TAFS celebrate its 51st foundation year in 2025 as. Option B, Sanchar with Lekha Divas. Which of the following responsibilities are performed by IP and TAFS officers? Option B, that is assessment and collection of spectrum usage charges, revenue assurance for telecom operators, and pension management. The National Communications Academy Finance, that is NCA Finance, is associated with. Option C, capacity building of IP and TAFS officers. Which digital platform is primarily associated with revenue assurance and pension management in the communication sector? Option C, Sampanna. The Digital Reform Initiative IT 2.0 mentioned in the context of IP and TAFS is related to. Option B, postal sector operational reforms. Which of the following platforms is used for public financial management and interdepartmental coordination? Option C, PFMS, that is Public Financial Management System. So these are the full forms related to this topic. The first one is IP and TAFS, that is the Indian Post and Telecommunications Accounts and Finance Service. PFMS, that is Public Financial Management System. CGCA, Controller General of Communication Accounts. Sampanna, that is Spectrum Accounting and Management of Payments and Network Nodal System. SARAS, System for Accounting and Revenue Assurance in Spectrum. Once you go through these full forms. So these are the different platforms and their purposes. The Sampann is mainly due to revenue assurance and pension. Sampann 2.0 is for pension management. ITA 2.0 is for postal sector reforms. And SARAS is for accounting and financial systems. And PFMS is Public Financial Management System. The next topic is about India and New Zealand, which announces conclusion of landmark free trade agreement negotiations. The first question is, the India-New Zealand free trade agreement negotiations were formally launched on which date? Option B, 16 March 2025. Under the India-New Zealand FTA, New Zealand has provided zero duty market access to India for. Option D, 100% of tariff lines. India has offered tariff liberalization to New Zealand in approximately. Option C, 70% tariff lines covering 95% bilateral trade. Which of the following best describes the India-New Zealand FTA, that is Free Trade Agreement? Option C, New Generation Trade Agreement based on tariffs, productivity, investment and talent. New Zealand's services offered to India under the Free Trade Agreement covers how many service sectors? Option C, 118. What is the total investment commitment made by New Zealand under this Free Trade Agreement? It is option C, 20 billion US dollars over 15 years. Under the temporary employment entry visa pathway, how many Indian professionals can be accommodated at any given time? Option C, 5,000. Which agricultural products are specifically included for productivity cooperation through centers of excellence under the Free Trade Agreement? Option B, apples, kiwi fruit and honey. Which of the following items are excluded from market taxes under the India-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement to protect domestic farmers? Option B, dairy products and edible oils. Which of the following professionals are explicitly covered under the temporary employment entry visa pathway? Option D, all four, that is Ayush practitioners, yoga instructors, Indian chefs and music teachers. The next topic is about delivery of Anjadip, third anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft to the Indian Navy. The first question is, INS Anjadip belongs to which unique category among Indian naval warships? Option C, it is the largest Indian naval warship propelled by water jets. Which of the following capabilities are specifically strengthened by INS Anjadip? Option B, that is anti-submarine warfare, coastal surveillance and mine laying. INS Anjadip has been indigenously designed and built by which shipyard? Option C, Garden Research Shipbuilders and Engineers. INS Anjadip was delivered to the Indian Navy at which location? Option D, Chennai. The next topic is about Index for 8 core industries for November 2025. So the index of 8 core industries measures the combined performance of how many sectors? Option C, 8 sectors. The 8 core industries together account for what approximate weight in the index of industrial production? Option C, 40%. Which core industry carries the highest weight in the index of 8 core industries? Option D, refinery products. This carries the highest weight. Which of the following sectors recorded the highest year-on growth in November 2025? Option C is cement. In November 2025, the overall growth of the index of 8 core industries was positive, mainly despite negative growth in which of the following sectors? Option C, all four, that is crude oil, natural gas, electricity and refinery products has negative growth. The next topic is about WHO and Ayush Ministry hold key technical meeting in New Delhi to integrate Ayush systems into global health intervention standards. So the first question is, the WHO Ayush technical meeting aimed at integrating traditional medicine into which global classification system? Option C, ICHI, that is International Classification of Health Interventions. The development of a dedicated traditional medicine module in ICHI is based on an MOU signed between WHO and Ministry of Ayush on which date? Option B, 24 May 2025. Which Ayush systems are being formally integrated into the ICHI framework under this initiative? Option B, Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. Which WHO center associated with traditional medicine participated in the meeting? That is WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center, Jamnagar. Participation in the meeting included representatives from Option C, all 6 WHO regions. So these are the WHO regions, all 6. These are the full forms. The first one is African Regional Office. Second one is Region of the Americas, also known as the PAHO, that is Pan American Health Organization. The third one is Eastern Mediterranean Regional Office, European Regional Office, Southeast Asia Regional Office, and Western Pacific Regional Office. The last question is, the primary significance of integrating traditional medicine into ICHI is to create a common global language for interventions. So friends, these were today's important current affairs MCQs. If you found this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to Current Affairs Adda for daily updates. Tomorrow I will come with more important current affairs. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.